Hello, my little wonder bugs. Today, we're going to be doing the month ahead predictions. So, stay tuned. Hello, my little wonder bugs. Welcome to my channel. My name is Maria Sul, and I'm a witch and a tarot card reader. And today, like I said in the beginning of the video, we're going to be doing the month ahead predictions. So we have 3 stacks of cards, and we have a little bit of extra cards if you can't tell from what you're looking at right now. But before I start, I want to let you guys know that I do private readings on my Etsy store. So if you're interested in a private one-on-one reading, go to my Etsy store, and yeah, the link is right here on the screen on the right hand corner, and or in the information section where you can book a reading with me. Other than that, let's get on with it, shall we? All right, so pile 1, we've got a very cute little Buddha that a friend of mine gave me, and then pile 2 has a Labradorite heart. If you know anything about me or anything about my channel, I really like Labradorite. It's my favorite stone. And then pile 3 has Palo Santo. So guys, pick out whichever one suits you the best. And I believe the timestamps for each reading, so that it's faster for you guys, is down in the information section or in the comment section that I have pinned to the top. And let's get started. All right, so if you find yourself here, that means that you've picked pile 1, and that would be my little jade Buddha, which isn't really jade, it's fake jade, but whatever, it's so cute, it's adorable, and I love it. And it's the Buddha with the umbrella, and I think that's the Buddha for protection, but it could be wrong, don't take my word for it, okay? But let's put him here, and let's see, what do you have? So your first rune, or your first card, is, let me put this aside here, there you go, is Birch. Now Birch is all about giving birth or becoming new, especially if you are coming out of something brand new, like maybe a new job, a pregnancy, so just be careful. But I'm getting it's more new you, or a new you that you're starting up new, because your Moonology card, if you can see here, show the world the real you. It's full moon in Aquarius. So it could be that you're an Aquarius, or that you have Aquarius in your chart, or it's just that energy letting you know, hey, it's time to really blossom, because things are starting to happen. Oh yeah. The next card that we have, or Oracle deck, is from the Earth Magic deck, and it is Iceberg. And it says submerge, and it could mean that you have to like submerge yourself in your own self and really blossom here, because these are all cards about blossoming and, you know, really delving into who you are and making something of that. So it could be that it's time for you to start moving forward with yourself. Okay, let's see which we got for your tarot. Okay, we've got the 6 of Pentacles. So yes, definitely new beginnings, or not new beginnings, but like trying new things or giving things a chance. And then we've got the King of Pentacles. So this could be money. You could be getting a new job that is really starting to bring out the real you. You know, it's a job that you were meant to have, not that you have to have, okay? Because we also have the 10 of Cups here. So it's saying that it's going to bring you a lot of happiness, a lot of freedom, I would say, emotional freedom. Okay, and then we also have the 9 of Wands. So this could be something that you're struggling with or struggling to create in your life. And the the Knight of Swords. So you're very determined. You're very determined to achieve this. And it was a struggle because you have the 9 of Wands. And then your last tarot is the 9 of Pentacles. So I do feel like there will be a lot of success this month for you guys. There's going to be a lot of success. There's a lot of coming out and being who you want to be. And since it's a lot of Pentacles, I would say that it's more along the lines of not necessarily money or not necessarily like property or belongings, but it could be your own self, like your own body, like you're coming out, you're becoming more attuned to who you are. Okay. So you might be like, wearing something nicer, prettier. You might be dressing up some more than usual. And your good witch, bad witch oracle, from what I'm seeing here, is the warts and all witch. So that does scream to me being, loving yourself, because the warts and all witch is the witch of basically loving who you are for who you are, regardless of how you look or how people see you. It's how you see yourself, and just loving yourself for those purposes, and or people loving you for those purposes. They don't care of what society thinks that you should be looking like. So I do feel like this month is all about, in a way, pampering yourself or just being you. So again, this might be like a birthday month for some of you from what I'm seeing, or it could just mean that you just, you've reached a level of confidence within yourself, financially and or physically. And I'm feeling, again, I don't know why, but for some of you, it's more physical. Like you're physically more attracted to yourself. You're physically more satisfied with yourself, and you feel sort of like reborn and renewed. But it's definitely a struggle here because of the Nine of Wands. It wasn't easy. It was definitely something that you had to struggle to get to. And there was a lot of not so good moments to get to this point. But I feel like you are going to be happy. There's definitely going to be some sort of fresh, like breath of fresh air, And I'm also seeing like a struggle of some sort because of these two cards here. I am seeing like it is going to be a bit of a struggle of going like, this is who I am. This is who I'm going to be. And I don't care what you think. I don't care if you don't agree with me. I don't care if you are, if this is not what you expected or wanted from me. And the reason I say that is because at the end you have the Nine of Pentacles. So that's definitely saying you don't need other people's opinions or approval to really be who you are. Okay. And it could also mean that you're coming into like your own. And it could also mean that you're really happy where you're at, that nothing else really bothers you for some of you. I'm also getting that for some, it's work related. It's not necessarily physical, but for a lot of you it is. But for some of you, it could be work related. Like you might be getting some sort of promotion or something in that nature that maybe some people didn't think that you were qualified for or ready for, but you worked your butt off and now you're getting there. And it's because you just like stopped giving a shit. And what I mean by stop giving a shit, you stop giving a shit about other people and their opinion. And you were like, this is me. If you don't like it, have a nice day. I can go somewhere else. But instead of getting the opposite result, you got the result that you should have gotten or that you could have gotten, or you know what I mean? Like you got the better result because you weren't aggressive or mean about it, but you were at the same time like strong about it. You know what I mean? Like you were like diligent and almost a sense of wisdom behind it. So that's what I'm getting from you guys this month. And it's actually really good. I feel like this is something that you've been kind of like needing and needing to accomplish this. It could also mean, okay, so I'm also getting for some of you, it's like not spiritual awakening or something, but it's almost as if this is the sort of like the jumping off point that you might end up opening up more spiritually in not in a stereotypical way, but more in you're so comfortable with who you are and what you have that you can work on other things in your life or other aspects, some of them being the more spiritual aspects from what I'm seeing here. Especially because I feel like your family has your back because of the 10 of Cups. Your family has your back. For the most part, they have your back. So it's not a sense of like everybody's against you. It's just like something that you had to struggle within yourself, especially the ones for the physical aspect, the being happy with how they look and not caring what other people think. And then the ones that are like more for like their job or their career, I feel like it's the same thing. You just didn't care. You just like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to be. And you achieve it. Or at least you get to a point where you're really comfortable. It's almost as if like you quit and you start your own business and you're like, yeah, I'm good. Thanks. Have a nice day. And I feel like somebody's giving you the chance to do this as well. Like, I don't feel that I feel like, yes, this is you doing it, but at the same time, something happens this month that how can I put it, like, that you get sort of like that push or that sense of it's time, from someone. And it could be like on purpose or like by accident, meaning that they meant to tell you something to motivate you. For some of you, that is the case. And for some of you, it's just that they say something, and it could be somebody that you know, or somebody that like is not even like a friend. You just hear them having a conversation. You're like, that's something I should, yeah, maybe. Like, it's that kind of like, yeah, fuck it kind of moment. But that's what I'm getting for you guys for this month, pile one. I hope that you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please let me know and I will get back to you. Other than that, if you want a private reading with me, please just go to my Etsy store. The link is right here on the screen and or in the information section. And other than that, much love and blessings. All right, so if you find yourself here, that means that you've picked pile 2. So pile 2 has a Labradorite heart. I don't know if it'll focus. Hopefully it will. There you go. Kind of sort of focus. But you have the Labradorite heart, which is actually my favorite stone. And let's get started. So your first card, which is Joy, the Rune of Joy. And joy is all about that. It's about joy. It's about community. It's about coming together and being a part of something. And then your Moonology card is Expect Powerful Changes coming up. So I feel like your community or your sense of community is going to be changing, maybe for the better, maybe for the worst. Who knows? We're about to find out. And then your Earth Magic card is Winter Solstice, which is reflection. So it's telling me that right now, during this month, you're going to have to reflect on your life because there's going to be a lot of changes, especially your community that you're in or that you're surrounded by. It could be family, it could be friends, but there's going to be some change. Some maybe good, maybe not so good, but we're about to find out. So your tarot is the Devil, the Six of Swords, and Temperance. So that's saying that there is going to be like a really big shakeup in your life from what I'm seeing here. And then you're going to have to move. You're going to have to not move like physically, but you might have to move mentally, like from the way that you were thinking or the way that you were processing your mind because of the the Six of Swords. So you got to like recharge and rebalance yourself, especially with Temperance there. Because maybe joy also means like to have fun with family and friends, but like the community. So it could be that you were having a little too much fun, a little too much partying, and you haven't really looked at maybe the consequences of that and what that brings in your life. And you need a little bit of a change, a little bit of rebalancing. So maybe it's been a little bit crazy in the last couple months, and now you have to sort of reconnect with yourself and maybe friends or family member as well. So let's see the next couple tarot here. We have the Eight of Wands. So there has to be some communication. Maybe you have stopped yourself from communicating. Maybe you're, because you do have the devil there. So it could be that there's too much partying, too much going out and having fun, and not enough balancing out all of those aspects of life. So that could be a problem. Next card, the devil once again. So yeah, it's basically saying that maybe you're a little bit too wild, a little too crazy this month. And then by the end of it, there's going to be this sense of, okay, you got to walk away from this. You got to relax. You got to, like, you have to walk away from something. And the reason I say that is because you've got the Eight of Cups. So that's saying you need to walk away. You need to walk away from these emotions and or these things that you're doing to yourself because they're not helping you. You need to rebalance. You need to reconnect with yourself or reconnect with someone. But I'm not seeing a person necessarily. It could be that case, but I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing it more along the lines that you gotta like, there's gonna be what the word that I'm looking for? I can't remember it. Some R&R, basically. You need some rest and relaxation and get away from all the hecticness. And then your Good Witch, Bad Witch Oracle deck, you have the Air Witch, which is all about travel and moving on and moving to the next grade or the next step in life. So what I'm seeing here is that what I'm seeing here, pile 2, is that you really need to separate yourself. You might need to isolate yourself for a little while from what I'm seeing. And really reconnect with yourself, because I feel like you're very disconnected from who you are and what you're doing in life, because you're not, I think that things are going too fast for you, and you're not really paying attention to what you're doing to yourself and to other people. So I feel like maybe it's time for you to sort of, again, like what it says here in the earth magic, reflect. Maybe you need to just reflect on yourself and reflect on what you're doing in life right now. So this could be the month for you to just say, guys, I need to take a break. I need to relax, because if not, you're not going to get anywhere. I don't feel like you're going to get anywhere in the end, or you are going to get somewhere and it's not going to be somewhere that you like. You're going to realize it's not where you want to be. And like in the Moonology card, it says that expect powerful changes, and that's because it's time for you to change. It's time for you to have that switch of dynamics in your life that maybe you didn't expect. But I get the impression that you need it, that you're aware of it to a certain degree, and this month is the month that you're going to take it, or at least you're going to start taking it. You're going to start moving in that direction to bring back that balance that you need. Because you seriously do. It says here that you seriously need it. So it's basically going to be like either an R&R, like you might go on vacation, you might go and just isolate yourself from friends and family and just be like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? From what I'm seeing here. And you could have somebody in your life, even though I don't see anybody in particular, but I'm getting the impression that you might have somebody in your life that is like a bad influence on you. Maybe they're toxic, or something like that, because I'm not seeing, like I said, I don't have a court card here, so I'm not seeing an actual person, but I get the impression like I'm like getting the message that for some of you, it is a person that is giving you really bad advice or is really manipulating you, from what I'm seeing here. There's a lot of manipulation with some of you, very heavy too, like very, very heavy. And whoever these people are, they're doing it because they have low self-esteem about themselves, and they're not in it for you. They're in it for themselves, to make themselves feel better, because they see you as somebody that they either envy, or you have something that they have always wanted and they feel threatened by you, is what I'm seeing here. So I'd be very careful who you trust. For some of you, not all of you. Because if it was for most of you or all of you, I would have a court card, but I don't. But I'm still getting that message. It's like very hard on my brain right now. It's like saying like, this is the case, Maria. Tell them, because they gotta know. Let's see. I do feel like you're going to accomplish it though. You're going to be like, like I'm going to step away from everything. So it's not like you're not going to be able to do it or you're going to be feeling stuck. You're at that point that you're just like, okay, I'm done with this. So this is a good thing in the end. Like in the end, you will find that balance. You will sort of say like, I'm done. I'm moving on. I'm getting out of this. I'm getting out of all this bullshit. So I do see that you will be successful. At least the beginning aspect of it, or like the beginning journey of moving forward with this, okay? Some of you, it could be that you're breaking up with a toxic boyfriend or a toxic girlfriend, something in that nature. But it's definitely time to look at yourself and be like, is this what I want with my life? Is this what I need? Do I need change? Do I need something better? And I think you do, like for sure. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys, pal 2. I am seeing also that for some of you, there will be like a community for you, like, or, like your friends and family would be willing to help you out and see that they actually want to. So there could be, for some of you, there could be some family members that are like, and then there are some that are very willing to help you. Search those out. So search those out because those are the ones that are going to help you during this journey. And it's definitely the beginning aspect of it, or like the beginning parts of it. I do feel like you might come back to it though, but not in a negative way. In a, okay, I need to step away. I need to work on me. I need to figure out what I want and who I am and how I want to proceed with this in my life. And then when you're done with that and you're done, like, I guess you could say fix yourself or detox yourself emotionally, you'll be able to come back and deal with the hot mess that was, like the last couple months that this has been going on in your life. Okay. So I hope that you enjoyed your reading, pile 2. And if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section. If anything else, let me know. If you're interested in a private reading, please go to my Etsy store. The link is right here on the right-hand corner and or in the information section of this video. Other than that, guys, much love and blessings. So if you see this, that means that you have picked pile 3. So pile 3 has Palo Santo, which is a very nice aroma to burn that I like actually quite a lot. So let's see your runes. So your rune is cattle. So that means that there's going to be a lot of riches and a lot of good fortune coming for you this month from what I'm seeing here. So it feels to me like this month you're going to be getting a lot of riches coming up because you do have cattle. And then your Moonology card is communication is the key. Is key. Ooh. And it's Gemini, full moon in Gemini. So, and for some reason, somebody doesn't want to stay up. Don't you just hate it when that happens? There you go. So, communication. So it might be that you need to communicate with people around you to really bring that good fortune coming in for you. So then your and your Earth Magic card is Vision Quest. So it could mean that you're going on a journey soon with your prosperity, that things might be coming up, being connected to the universe and all that jazz, all that good stuff. And this could be like a spiritual awakening, or it could just be a financial awakening, like maybe through spirituality, you figure out sort of that rhythm that you need to bring in that financial wealth. Because, a lot of people think that money and wealth are two very separate, like two very different things in spirituality, like they don't mix, but they do, they can. You just gotta figure stuff out. Okay, so your tarot is the Empress. So again, prosperity, starting a new journey. And then we also have the 7 of Cups. And then we've got the 3 of Wands. So that's saying that, yes, you're starting up a new journey. You are definitely, it's definitely like a fantasy, like something that you've been wanting for a long time. The Three of Wands, though, is just saying to me that you're sort of waiting for someone, or you're waiting for something to start with that journey that you really want to accomplish. But there's a lot going on here, because then you've got also the World card, the Four of Cups, and then the Three of Wands. So this journey might start off like really positive for you, like this month. You might be going like, this is a good start. I'm getting things started. But you might have to end things with someone or something. Like there might be another project that you're on or that you started on and it does not work out or has not worked out, that you need to really work on and get sort of your priorities straight, is what I'm seeing here. Because it's almost as if like it feels like very split, because we've got here starting the journey and waiting for that journey to sort of like progress and grow, and then here it's like it's like a dream. It's like what you've been fantasizing, what you've been wanting for a very long time. Remember, there's also communication here is the key. So you might have to communicate what you really love, what you really want in this month, to really appreciate it, to really like get it to start moving. And then you've got the World, which is good. It means that is that you're gonna start achieving certain things and things are starting to blossom. But it's the beginning of a new journey. So this is all like new beginnings. This is the end of a journey, though. The World is usually the end, but also the beginning of a new journey. And that's what I'm saying. Like you might have to end certain things, and it might not be. See, it's almost like the beginning of the month. You're like, yeah, let's do this. Let's like get this stuff, get this party started. And then by the middle to end of it, to really get this moving and starting in your life, you're gonna have to end something with someone or some project, either a person or a project or something. You're gonna have to let go of something in your life that is not suiting you and is actually maybe slowing this down. So you're gonna have to make some sacrifices here. And then your Good Witch, Bad Witch Oracle deck, which I forgot to take out, is the Green Witch, which is basically about receiving your potential, like seeing that you have potential to really grow and begin anew. So it's about growth and progression and having that luck that you need to really proceed in life the way that you want. So it's basically saying like, go for it. Don't worry about this too much, because it's a very small part of your life. Because I feel like this is like a whole brand new beginning. And communication is the key. Please communicate with yourself and with the people around you that this is what you want. Because I think that you're going to start oh, my little Buddha fell. A vision quest. You're going to start this new sense of who you are. Maybe a new view of what surrounds you, what you need, what you don't need in life. So it's not about... I don't think it's not about money, though. I feel like this is a new journey. Like it's definitely a spiritual one, I feel. A spiritual one or an emotional one, or a little bit of both, because spiritual can be very emotional for the most part. But I feel like this is like a brand new beginning of you going, this is who I'm going to be, and this is who I want. So I'm not seeing anything that should stop you, but you're going to have to make sacrifices to really get the ball rolling. For some of you, I feel like it's, yes, spiritual, but for some of you, it's kind of like maybe traveling. I don't know why I'm seeing travel, but for some of you, it is travel. It's actually going out and sort of like taking that plunge and doing like that crazy wild thing that you want to do that, that might upset other people. For some of you, from what I'm seeing here. But it's definitely like you're sort of like throwing things, caution to the wind and just going like, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to take this plunge. And I feel like it's going to progress. It's going to grow. It's going to make you feel better, and your life is going to get better because of it as a whole. But it might not, it might bring up, like the things that you have to get rid of might bring up some negative emotions in your life. It might drag you down a little bit. It's not permanent, though. It's just something that has to happen, especially if you're going through this change. If you're going through all of this, It's gonna happen. You're gonna end up, bumping heads with people. You're going to end up, like, how can I put it? Like a spiritual change or a spiritual awakening or something in that nature, or even an emotional one. It's usually not a nice one. It's usually not nice. It's usually very hard. It's very difficult. It's very emotional. And I feel like at the beginning, you're like, yes, let's go, let's do this. But at the same time, like when you start going through the nitty gritty and like the really hard parts of that change, it's going to weigh you down a little bit because you do have the Four of Cups and the Three of Swords. So you might actually be not necessarily backstabbed by someone, but you might actually be like shunned, or there could be somebody who is, and I don't mean like a particular person. It could be like just like, I don't know, like you might have had like somebody on the patting your back on it, but then all of a sudden they're like, what the fuck? What are you doing? No, no, thank you. This is not right. So you might have those little issues here and there. But I feel like this is a good change that will definitely make you a better person. But I feel like this is more spiritual for some reason. I'm not feeling anything more than spiritual and or emotional change. So you might be going to therapy. You might be thinking about maybe even moving, like I said, like travel. So I'm saying like maybe moving out somewhere to where you feel more happy, you feel more connected to what you want to be connected to. You know what I mean? I'm feeling like a little bit of a change, a cleanse of sorts. But instead of it being like happy-go-lucky the whole entire time, it might be harder than you expected, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth the change from what I'm seeing here. Because it's definitely something that you want. It's something that you fantasize about, something that you've been waiting for, and you want that growth, you want that change. It just may not be as easy or as quickly as you expected it to be, but at least this month you're starting. And actually, I think pile 2 had something very similar of a message. And see, the thing is that, especially here, you're like happy as can be. You're like, yes, this is what I want. This is what I want to change. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to go to. I'm ready to let go of the past. I'm ready to move forward. Let's do this. And then it's like, this is harder than I thought. So I am seeing that, but it's definitely worth it. It is definitely worth the change. It's definitely worth that struggle in your life right now. It is definitely worth it. Definitely worth it from what I'm seeing here. But I am feeling that maybe some people are not going to be too happy. It's almost like saying like, hey guys, check this out. I'm going to do this now. And I'm going to be like this now. Yeah. And they're just like, what the fuck? Like, no. Like, and you can't seem to convince them that you're a different person. Or you can't seem to convince them that you're not who you used to be. And that you're ready to change and you're ready to move forward. And that's what I'm feeling very strongly. It's like almost as if they're like, no, what the fuck? But I am feeling that is the change that is happening in your life that is moving forward. So pile 3, that is your reading. I hope that you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section. And if you are interested in a private reading with me, please go to my Etsy store. The link will be right here on the screen on the right-hand corner and or in the information section on the bottom. Other than that, guys, much love and blessings.